Yeah.
So
It was on track.
So running cross country was unique because you were going over rough terrain. Was that hard to get used to?
Sorry?
Was it hard to get used to running over dirt and grass and ground as opposed to running on a track?
Yeah, the good thing is we practiced a lot in the Golden Gate Park in San Francisco, and so I could get used to it because there's the dirt too. So I actually got used to it like in a few months of preparation, and I think that was part of the process, the secret to run good in the cross country season.
All right. So, well, listen, congratulations again. I think you have Ariana there with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, could you pass the phone over to her?
Yeah, I passed the phone. Wait. Where is she?
I think they're in the car coming back from practice.
Bye.
Anyway, we're talking with...
Hello?
Hi, Ariana. Welcome to PacWest Radio.
Hi.
It sounds like you guys are just coming back from track practice. Is that correct?
Yeah, we just had practice.
So, well, listen, congratulations on being named the Freshman of the Year for Women's Cross Country this year.
Thank you. Thanks.
Let's talk a little bit about, this is your first year at Academy of Art. You're a native of Valencia, California. How did you choose Academy of Art?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun this year. It was my first year running in college, so it was obviously really different from high school. I really enjoyed training in San Francisco. We got to run in a lot of cool places. And then going to Hawaii was just like really special and a really fun experience.
What was it like running in the PacWest Championships? Did you have to deal with a lot of humidity running in Hawaii?
What was it like running where?
In Hawaii. What was it like running in Hawaii? Was there a lot of humidity?
In Hawaii?
Yes.
The weather was definitely different from San Francisco. We're used to kind of the cold, foggy weather, and it was pretty sunny and humid there. But, I mean, I love the heat and I love the warm weather, so it was, like, really beautiful there.
How did you pick Academy of Art as your college?
I've always wanted to study interior design, and running has always been a passion of mine, so it was kind of like a perfect blend and, like, the perfect opportunity for me to come here. And I definitely, like, love San Francisco, so...
So interior design is something that you're interested, obviously, going forward. What are the shows you watch on HGTV?
My favorite shows, I watch a lot of, like, Million Dollar Decorators, Selling New York, Flip That House, shows like that.
I asked that question because my wife and daughter watch those shows all the time. I think that's what my daughter wants to do.
I love those, yeah.
She likes she likes the one with the twin brothers. Do you know which one I'm talking about? There's twin brothers. One's the real estate agent, and the other one is the guy that does all the repairs. It's one of their favorites.
Oh yeah, and they like do houses together. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you know what I'm talking about.
I've heard of that one. Yeah.
So when you guys when you train, and obviously you think of the terrain at San Francisco with the hills and all that, where do you guys actually run? Because the Academy of Art University is right downtown. So where do you guys actually train?
We'll usually go to, like, Golden Gate Park for practices, and we'll run at, like, Kezar Stadium, or we'll go to cool places like Inspiration Point, which is, like, in the Presidio, or we'll go to places like that, like Christie Fields, too. We go to a lot of really cool places. Sometimes we'll go over the bridge to, like, Marin or Sausalito, too, which is, like, really beautiful.
What's it like running in San Francisco? Obviously, the weather's cooler there a lot of the time of the year. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's definitely a lot colder than I'm used to. But I mean, it's pretty nice running weather. I can say some days it's pretty perfect to go off like a nice long run. And it's still sunny out, but it's just like a little bit chillier, so it's not that bad.
Is it? What I've heard runners say is that it's easier to run in the cooler weather because you can always your body heats up and you can always get warm. Where when it's hot and humid, you can't cool down.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, it's not bad at all. It's pretty good running weather, actually. We're pretty lucky out here.
So, when you first ran in your first college meet, were you nervous at all?
Mm-hmm. I wasn't that nervous. For some reason, I don't usually get that nervous before cross-country races just because it's something I really like doing. I was just, like, pretty excited. I didn't really know what to expect. It was a lot of fun.
What was the first meet that you ran in?
Our first meet was I don't know if it was a San Francisco State meet or was it the one, it was at Golden Gate Park.
Oh, so it was
a 5K there, so yeah.
So it was a place you guys were training at anyway, so you're familiar.
We got to like run the course and like see it beforehand, so we're pretty familiar with it.
How hard is it when you're running? And we just had the coach from Azusa Pacific, Preston Gray, on, and I asked him this question as a coach. I'm going to ask you as a runner. When you go to a course and it's like the first time, is one of your concerns about getting lost on the course? Because you've seen that happen in races, even big races, where the field will just veer off accidentally. And is that do you worry about that at all?
That's never really my concern at all, because I know if you just kind of stay on this, see a map of it first. Our coach usually goes over the courses with us, and then if you pretty much just stay with the path, you won't really get lost. I've never been concerned with that at all.
What's the hardest part about training for cross country? Is it more mental than physical?
It's definitely more mental. I mean, it's kind of like if you can talk yourself out of anything or talk yourself into anything. So if you stay positive, usually you'll be okay. But I mean, it is a lot of hard work. There's a lot of extra stuff that goes into it. Like we've had to do a lot of weight training and stuff just to make sure we stay strong and healthy. So
when's the best time for cross country to train? Morning, mid morning, afternoon.
I love running in the morning. Yeah, not super early. We'll run usually around 9. That's nothing that crazy. Never super early, 6 in the morning, and that just so we can actually get a good amount of sleep and stuff.
Do you have a specific routine that you have before you actually compete in a race? Are there certain things that you do to prepare for a race?
Yeah, usually just the same sort of stretching that we do before practices. You go for a nice warm up, and then I don't know. Usually just staying pretty calm and relaxed is what I usually try to do. Just shake out all my nerves.
How about food-wise? Is there something that you eat the day before? Is there something the coaches say, these are what you can eat, what you shouldn't eat? This is going to give you the most energy for the next morning.
Well, usually you'll eat a good whole wheat. I don't know. I used to always make myself a really good whole wheat pasta with chicken in it. But coming, I don't know, just pasta, brown rice, or something with good carbs and good protein mixed in. And then usually before a race, just something simple like oatmeal and a banana or something like that.
I can imagine in San Francisco you can find a lot of Italian restaurants that can build up the carbs before a race.
A lot of what restaurants?
A lot of Italian restaurants to get the pasta before a race in San Francisco.
Yeah, definitely. They can find stuff like that.
So we have a few minutes left. The Academy of Art, the school, you talked about, you're interested in interior design. You said you were also interested in writing. Is that what you said?
Also interested in writing.
What was you said you were interested in interior design and something else? I'm sorry, we missed it.
Pretty much that. That's what I'm studying right now.
So what would
design.
What would you like to do in terms of your interior design? I mean, would you like to own your own shop? Would you like to work for somebody? Would you like to have a show on television to kind of show what you can do?
That would be pretty cool. My aunts actually have their own interior design business right now, so I kind of want to go work with them in New York, hopefully, after this, or even having my own business or own show would be pretty cool.
So are they in New York City?
Yeah, in New York City.
Wow, that would be a great opportunity.
I love it down there. It's pretty awesome.
Is that something you could go intern, or you plan on maybe interning with them at some point?
Yeah, I spent a couple summers with them before working with them, so I definitely would love to go out there maybe this summer or even I don't know, sometime next year and work with them for a little bit.
It would be fun to go running through Central Park to train.
Yeah, I love running down in New York too. It's definitely another cool city.
So, well, listen, we want to congratulate you again on being the Freshman of the Year from Academy of Art in Women's Cross Country. Terrific season. You finished 7th in the PacWest Championship race back at the end of October and earned a first-team all-conference honors. Terrific season for you. So we wish you the best of luck next year, and we look forward to seeing you at the championship next year.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thanks. Ariana Michaels, the Academy of Art women's cross country runner who was named the Freshman of the Year in women's cross country, and
she sounded very friendly, didn't she?
Yes,
very upbeat, very athletic.
It's you got to be self motivated to run cross country because you're kind of out there, sort of on your own. Academy of Art actually had the runner of the year this year too, Jenny Berggren, who competed at nationals and was outstanding. California Baptist Jennifer Mallon was the newcomer of the year in women's cross country. So just a really good season this year. Some of these athletes you're going to see in track and field because the PacWest is offering track and field this year for the first time. We'll have a track and field championships, and then we also want to thank Preston Gray, also the women's coach of the year, for joining us today. I would be remiss in mentioning Ben Gall was the coach of the year from California Baptist for the men. And again, we did talk with Clemens Kammer from Germany. He was the freshman of the year for Academy of Art. Talal Khan from California Baptist was the newcomer of the year this year, and Charles Simon from Grand Canyon was the men's runner of the year. So just an outstanding season. We're actually going to have later on, probably this evening, Academy of Art did a really nice interview with Jennifer Berggren for the women's runner of the year. We're going to post that, let people see that. It's a really neat interview if you want to check it out. So just a great show today, and we really appreciate everybody joining us. And then, Joe, we'll talk more next week. We'll take probably a brief 1 week hiatus for the holiday, and then be back in January.
And I'm going to go be announcing, so just kind of pay attention, and I'll post it as well. We're going to do a marathon, a PacWest marathon, and several of our shows we're going to be doing marathons on. But the PacWest, I get a lot of these parents calling wanting us to play them, so I'm going to let you pick the best of maybe a dozen shows, and we're going to play them one day, just one after another, after another, after another.
Good. We'll do it over the holidays here.
Absolutely. It's going to be fantastic.
That would be great. So, well, we'll talk to you next week on PacWest Radio. We appreciate everybody listening, and we look forward to talking to you next week. For Joe Carrero, Tom D. Camillo, thanks for listening to PacWest Radio on KQCK in the Santan Valley.
I never meant to be so bad to you. One thing